Hey guys, what's going on? PigBenis here. We're here on Arkadia, Planet Arkadia. We're going to talk about a couple of the VUs, or a couple items in the VU. We're going to take a look at Arkadia Underground. We're going to head there right now, actually. We're heading right from Moshane's Legacy here on Arkadia, so as you can see from the TP. But we're going to talk a little bit about Arkadia Underground. This is how you get to it. You click that. If you don't have it, load it up. Click on one of the download buttons, and the only one you could go into first, the only teleporter you could head into first is Arkadia Underground teleporter. You can't hit the others. But you should only have two, Arkadia Underground and Fire Crystal, maybe, when you first start up. So we will head there. Now, today is the release of the Arkadia Underground land deeds. So it's going to be awfully busy down here. So, and I was just here. I picked up 12 deeds. I'm going to talk about them in a bit. But we're not going to hang around here because everybody's kind of hanging around the auction. It's going to take a little while for them to load up. But there were quite a few people down here earlier. I would say at least 30, if not more. But there's a broker over there that's selling the deeds. As of right now, the deeds are 50 pet each. And there are some resellers selling them on auction. So head down here and get them instead of auction. So if you do plan on getting them. But I'm gonna skip talk about the deeds for right now because it's gonna be kind of a long out drawn out topic. I don't want to be here either. Because I have some thoughts on the whole thing, and they're not necessarily positive. Where do we want to go, guys? Where do you want to see? I don't know. The whole area down here kind of is the same thing. It really does lack some sort of creativity in a way. But we kind of missed two VUs, or I missed two VUs on the channel here. One today, which is just like a mini patch update, and the one last week that introduced the Arkadia Underground. Couple other things, but going on Rocktropia right now, there's the Zombie Kong event, and again, collect bananas from zombies apparently. There is a new map, which I'm gonna go and show in another video, hopefully again this week. Oh, by the way, we're rolling with an F-105 with a Dirty D class, that is, and we will do ore and matter. We're gonna skip out on treasure because it's shit. So, also Planet Cyrene, there's an event called Terralia Rifts, or Terralia Rift. I want to check that out. We probably won't take advantage of it, or we probably won't hunt those things unless, you know, they're at a level where I'm comfortable doing it. So I want to check out where that is and do a video on that just so that we can all see it, because I kind of feel as though like that kind of news from Cyrene is usually hidden a lot, and news is getting more difficult to find because on the client loader you can't go from planet to planet anymore, which really does suck. And if you do, I don't 3-ped, oh, it's a rare item. I'm gonna say that's ridiculous. Yeah, you just can't scroll through like the client loader screens on each planet, which kind of suck. Or I don't know how to do it anymore, which is kind of fucked up. But and then Calypso, there's been a bunch of graphic changes, and there's been a couple missions removed. So there's not that much going on right there. So like really the biggest thing I would say is the Arkadia Underground and perhaps the Kong event. Oh, Rocktropia, did I say Rocktropia has a new map? Which is, I kind of do want to check out, so I think I just said that. I'm repeating myself, alright. Oh, come on, baby, just give me, just tap me with a little something, you know? So, the Ark Underground deeds. Let me show you here. Let's take a look. I picked up 12 today. These are the deeds. Now, here's the thing, right? Arkadia is hoping to raise $1 million, right? I mean, do the math. There's 200,000 Arkadia Underground deeds. That's a shit ton of deeds. Now they're all going for 50 ped, which is $5, right? So $1 million they're hoping to raise. Now you hold these deeds and you get, you know, 5% of the the revenue for the week from Arkadia Underground. Not necessarily Arkadia, but just the Underground. Come on. Gotta give me something. Gotta give me something. So, let's just talk about this for a while. Calypso land deeds is the entirety of Calypso. There's only 60,000 of them, right? So, it's not a bad deal. And from the get-go, it wasn't a bad deal. Which is, you know, I purchased one and ultimately later on I ended up selling it at a nice little profit. And they go for around 1,300 to 1,400 ped. In that range, they usually kind of fluctuate around. And they give out a couple ped a week. It's usually anywhere from 3 to 4. But again, you know, that does vary. It changes every week. So let's just talk about the Arkadia Underground first. Arkadia Underground, this is it. Like, this is really it. There's a couple more different little things in here, but this is it. There's a lot of mobs in here. In fact, I was surprised the amount of mobs in here, and maybe they thought they should fill up the area because the map is enormous. Look at this. It's huge. It's much bigger than the other, like Hell and Foma comparatively. Shrink down. There we go. So it's not easy to get around. There's small, tiny little corridors. I find it's easier to fly because some of the mobs down here have a ton of health. They hit hard. And there's not a lot of people down here. I was surprised the amount of people I saw down here. Now, granted, it is a large area. Are there people in different areas? I don't know. Like, last night, I flew through this entire area. Like, there's one person down there. It's the first person we've seen other than people camping the deed broker. And there's two. Now it's going to make a liar out of me, right? But, so lots of mobs, very few people. So, ideally, I mean, how much money could the Underground make in a week to, you know, enable you to earn something on those deeds? Let's say at the most, the Underground makes 50,000 ped in a week, right? That's 5%. That's only 5% of whatever was taxed. Oh, I'm sorry, no. We're going to go 5% of 50,000 ped. So 50,000 ped looted in a week down here. Reasonable? I don't know. I don't think it would even do that much. But, you know, I'm just skeptical of the whole thing. So, looted 50,000 ped in a week. 5% of that is what? It's 2,500, right? So 2,500 ped is then split over 200,000 deeds. So, how much do you get? You get approximately a peck for every deed you hold. 1 peck for every deed you hold in a week. That's it. Now, I mean, granted, I never did think that these land deeds would produce much more than a couple peck at a time. But I think that's at the best. I don't think this area will even produce 50,000 ped a week in loot. I mean, it's possible, yeah, sure. But the amount of players I'm seeing down here, no, I don't think so. Now, I think what they maybe should have done is cut that to a third. Cut 200,000 deeds to maybe, I don't know, 50,000 deeds? Or, yeah, at the very most, 100,000 deeds. So, you're probably wondering, well, why did I buy 12 of them? You know, why did I buy 12 of them? Because, well, something like this, especially in Entropia, items typically never lose value, right? I mean, we see price fluctuations on resources all the time. I mean, it happens. It cycles back and forth. You know, the smart traders will obviously buy low and sell high on the resources, but the items, unless you miss the auction or, you know, there's a VU and the auction's down or the server goes down or something, then items typically retain their value. So as we saw in the CL deeds, they increased to 300-400 ped. I suspect these will increase in value. even though the revenue is going to be low, because people want to hold on to something like that. It's still kind of like a free peck, you know, free ped, whatever. So I have 12. It's going to be interesting to see, because really, the time is now. If you buy them and hold them, then there's a possibility, you know, you can make some money in a week or two. Especially now, and what I mean by the time is now is like Arkadia is new. There's people here, or maybe, but there's, you know, there's activity here. Will there be activity in 4 or 5 months? I don't know. Not as much as right now. I can almost guarantee that. But let's just fly through here and head to the next area. We're not doing good at all, which is kind of suspected. The last couple nights, I've been here 3 or 4 nights now, and or maybe even longer, and I haven't had anything noteworthy. I haven't even had a global, actually. So, and that does kind of suck. The mining system here is the same as Foma and Hell. It's what Mindark and that team considers an advanced or expert type of mining. And you really shouldn't be mining down here unless you have thousands of ped to blow. Same with Foma, same with Hell. You know, I've said that a bazillion times, but. So let's traverse into the next area here and see if we can't hit a little something, maybe a global or something. I mean, shit, son. Oh, I guess it's probably a good time to mention the new chat system too, since that is one of the bigger. These things gonna kill me. What level are they? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible they'll kill me straight up. So this is what I mean. Now, I mean, the mob density isn't all that great. You can see that they're scattered. So maybe we could get a probe in here, but they're everywhere. There's another player down there to the northwest. See what this does for us. So yeah, no globals. I saw a video that Strash did, and that motherfucker hit a Hoff, and I think a global at the same time, something like over 1,000 ped. I wasn't really paying attention to what resource it was, but and I did see a couple of towers pop yesterday on Treasure. So I mean, obviously today's not going to be a good day for Arkadia. We missed it. It was really yesterday that we should have been mining here. So hence the slump. But I mean, overall, aesthetically, I'm not impressed with it, and I mentioned that earlier. And why am I not impressed with it? Is because there's nothing here. There really isn't. There's a couple of those little, it looks like little mining thumpers or whatever. You know, there's stalactites, and I think they call this area the cathedral, or I'm close to that area anyway. Was it over this way? Yeah, and because of the ceilings and whatnot, but. And I'm gonna say it, if you play Lord of the Rings, but you go into Moria, that place is absolutely amazing. Graphically, it's absolutely amazing. In fact, it blows really the rest of the game away, the rest of Lord of the Rings away. And it's such a vast and immense area of the game. It's something like the amount of land in Moria in Lord of the Rings is equivalent or larger than the size of the, what is it, the Eastern Kingdoms in WoW, I think I read. So, yeah. But just, you know, if search for some images, because they could have done so much more down here. Graphically, it could have been so appealing. It could have been like wondrous and really spectacular and cool. And there goes Zan. He just killed 67 pet. Like, he just wiped out 67 pet from his pet card. Just knocked it right the fuck out. So, yeah, the message center, and like, you're probably like, oh, Pig, you're down on everything today. But I'm really not impressed with the the last VU or two. The message centers, it's a neat little concept. I think it does need little work. Today I do believe they fixed a couple things. I'll have to go through my little chat area down here and kind of rearrange this again. Basically, if you guys really want to set up new tabs or something, just right click the tabs up here and then you can adjust them. I have one for personal. I don't want anybody to read that. I've got one for personal, messages, system, main, because I haven't set up my society tabs. I could do that right now. Set up society. Oops, sorry, shit. New tab. New tab. Click society. We'll make the color green for shits. And we will rename tab Soch. And that's how you do it. That's how you set up a new tab. Now the problem with this is, like, you could pull it out and then it disappears from here. So if you pull out your Soch tab and you close it, you're fucked. Pretty much, see? Yep. Done. So now you have to set up a new tab. So it would be nice if there was a lock on these tabs. Like just a little lock thing that you could just click and then, you know, it would lock it. Because I've already, like, the other day I just kind of destroyed tab after tab without even, like, realizing what I did, and, like, I missed PMs and everything else. And so whoever was trying to contact me the other day, if anybody was trying to contact me the other day, it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. The other thing I don't like is sometimes when you're chatting in local and whatever, and a global pops up, it'll actually bring up your option or your keyboards, your edit panel screen, which is this thing right here. So that's something you just kind of have to worry about, and that is absolutely frustrating when you're trying to type and talk to somebody. So anyway, guys, that's it I have for you today. This run really did suck, and I think what I'm going to do now is either go to Cyrene or Rocktropia, yeah, and we're going to take a look there. So we'll see. Ooh, there was a nice 570 Hoff down here. So there you go. There's 570 ped towards my Arkadia Underground deeds. So you know, it's really up to you guys if you want to. Let me just say this real last quickly. If you want to purchase these deeds, I'm going to hold on to these 12 deeds because I do think that they're going to increase in value over time. Just like almost any other item within this game, it's hopefully will increase in value. Now, will I be 100%? I don't know. You know, it's just like trading stocks or options or whatever. You just don't know. I think it has a bit of potential. I do think the Underground needs a lot more work, though. Graphically, you know, aesthetically, the caverns, the small tunnels, it's really a pain in the ass to maneuver, especially when you're trying to get your teleporters. So, I will see you in the next video. If you did like this video, please rate it thumbs up. Please leave a comment down below of what you think about the Arkadia Underground and the land deeds or the land deeds. I'd really like to start a conversation on this to see what everybody else thinks about these Arkadia Underground deeds. And let me know what you think about this chat system, and I will see you in the next vid. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. And yeah, have a great day, guys.